So I've been wanting to do this. This is WAYPN. I've been participating in the Facebook group starting a few weeks ago. I've been submitting my work, and this is what they had to say for last Friday. So I haven't really get to um, listen to it properly, I guess. So this I heard it from the first time, but I was driving at that time. So um yeah, let's do this.
I, I, I do, and you will not believe it. I actually have this color.
Oh, you do?
It is Vallejo Model Air Cement Gray.
Cement gray. No, cement gray is like a sort of because we've got that in a craft paint and it's closer to the beige. Um, and you're saying it's a green color.
Yeah, it looks it more towards it's a gray, but it sort of
Just
fluctuates towards the
send it
green
in
spectrum. I
the
can percent give
send it in the Waypan Discord and we'll take a look. But we will finish that up. Chaos Sorcerer Lord repainted. I know I should have taken the pictures before, but for some reason I dislike doing that. Fair. Tried my best to navigate through all the busy details and pretty much tried to keep all the color choices I made years ago, except the ornamental helmet and tactical rock. Everybody loves tactical rock. I didn't finish the Tyrannid's head and the big eyes as a memento of my previous work. I think my decision to change the colors of the tactical rock and the helmet helped boost the red, right? Well, let's take a look. I'll throw to you first, Warhammer Dad.
It is incredibly impressive. The big eye that's on the staff, the smaller eyes that are on both the helmet and the cauldron, fantastic. I love it.
Thank you,
The
thank you.
helmets and the skull on the back, also, like I understand it, I believe those were original, if I recall. So they weren't repainted. They're still pretty good. I would love to have seen what it looked originally, because even with
Pretty
just
bad
those
actually.
pieces, it couldn't have been that bad. Like what I'm
Yeah,
seeing.
It was pretty bad. I painted this figure about, I would say, 7, 8 years ago. I was This was the second box game I bought from GW. The Assassinorium, what, Assassinorium Execution Force. Yeah, I still have the cover over here. Anywho, let's continue.
He There's nothing I could really complain about or say, oh, this should be changed or this doesn't look right. I think he's really smacked it out of the park. Like even down on the shin guards, where one's got the, I guess, call it the chaos points, and the other one's got the blue eyes and the skull on it.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. There's nothing I can really say, or maybe consider this, that, or the other. Maybe the cloak at the back, maybe the highlights could be neatened up, but we're talking such petty comments that it's more of an insult to bring it up,
Oh,
Mm.
to be
thank you,
honest.
thank you.
So
He's done well.
I'll throw to Penguin then. What are your thoughts, Penguin?
I like it a lot. The gold pops so nicely against the red. And it actually, as soon as I thought I could that quote from Seconder Betrayer, as I said, I will wear the red, the bronze, the brass, that popped in my head, and that like translates so well in this. I don't is this a corn
No, I
character or
do
is
believe
this
this is a Thousand Suns sorcerer.
sons?
I
So
believe
okay. Oh, this is probably pre-heresy after I take it in. Or
Correct.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure, or it's a
they
or it's just a general chaos lord. I'm not sure. could be either way. But Nor Iskander is in the chat, so he can tell us if it's specifically dedicated to one god, but I don't believe it is.
I was in the chat, but I was
But yeah,
driving.
even the headdress, the helmet, that sort of reminds me of the helmet that the Corn Berserkers have, but not quite, but similar.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it. The blue on the helmet also pops nicely, complements the colors around it. The eyes, awesome. If that is freehand, I'm clapping because I could not paint that.
It is
My
very
yeah,
impressive.
my freehand, yeah, my freehand is nothing to write home about.
So, I do believe that's everybody's comments. Tell me if you want to say something more, and then I'll say my piece, and we'll move on.
Oh, I've said everything.
Yeah, even the cloak.
Yep.
Yeah,
Go.
even the cloak. I see the back of it. It's so now well done. Blends so smooth. Yeah, no scanners. He's hit this one out of the park as far as I'm concerned. And this is from someone who's not even that big a 40k fan. I can just like appreciate it for the art that it is.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All right. So the thing is, I think, like me and Sunny have said many times, when it comes to this sort of thing, I think that he's put in showcase level of detail. So I'm going to give him showcase level of feedback. So first off, I think that when it comes to the basing, so we see how he's added the green to the rock. I think with these big bold lines, you want to smooth that out, or you want to stipple something on to give it more of a, a textured feel or anything like that. Because with those big bold lines, the thing is that everything else looks extremely smooth. You've got these spot highlights right here, and they look very, very good, except for the fact that they're too bold. You want to smooth that out a little. And the other thing is, when it comes to this, I don't think this stylistic choice of the sort of choppy cloak fits the rest of it. So, what did you do well? Almost everything else. Literally almost everything else. So,
Thank you.
I'd say that the big features is the white on that Dark Angel wing is absolutely beautifully done. And see, the reason why I think it's so beautifully done is because it didn't draw attention to itself, but it's also just so cleanly done. Of course, the eye here is definitely your best eye of all of them. I think that all of the eyes are excellent. Like the eye down here, that's fine. It's serviceable. You don't want to put more detail into that eye because that should not be where the focus is. You put so much detail into this eye, don't let people draw focus away from it. Right?
Yeah, I realized that now. Of course, I did that about 7 or 8 years ago for the eye. I did not touch the eye actually. But yeah. I totally understand that now. If you make everything so detailed and sharp elsewhere, it will draw your eyes to that part. When actually you want to have the focus more towards the face, right? Yes, I totally understand that.
This eye over here, also very good, right? And when we draw our line, we see the head in between. Very, very good. But when we come to the back, not as intense, not as interesting. So when it comes to these tufts, I'd probably remove those tufts. Go for something smaller. Make people focus on the model more, right?
Okay.
I know it sounds very pedantic, but take a look at the model that you've got here, right? There's a reason why we're being pedantic here, because you
Pedantic. I will have to look at the dictionary. I don't know what pedantic is.
You put a tremendous level of effort into this model. If you can push it that much more by these small things, then you should do it, because I think that this is an extremely good piece. I'd say that it's showcase level. I'd say that it's very nice, but there are things that can be worked on here, and I hope that the feedback's been useful for you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. I've not seen anything from Iskander. Maybe he's had to go back to work. I know that he often will do a naughty and oh, I found the Russian green.
Okay, so this is the second piece I did last week. It's a pretty simple one. I was just trying to focus on the lighting and the mood, I guess. The mood. Because it wasn't too long ago when WAYPN they made the video about the color purple and green. It's kind of a malicious color, and I thought this. I can't remember the story. Is it a ghost or an old toy? I can't remember, but she this character from the game. It's the antagonist. So I wanted to invoke the malicious feeling atmosphere again. Alright, so let's see what they say about this one.
Few pieces. I think it's good. So a quick fun exercise to pass the time. If only I was talented enough to pass the time like this. Tried taking into consideration the comments made about the xenomorph queen I painted a few weeks ago. Tried to keep the secondary light visible from all angles. No idea what to do with the base. For your information, this is one of the stuffed fable antagonists, Skrilla?
Skrilla, yep.
Not sure how to pronounce that. But yeah, as for the base, I think with that, I'd probably try to have the light on this side come that way. But other than that, I'll throw to the two of you and ask what you think.
I find it a bit hard to comment because I don't really have a point of reference. Do you? Is it a statue? Is it a person? Is it a
I
ghost? Because
do
the
believe it's a
dress and the
ghost
face.
thing. A ghost thing,
Okay.
I think.
Okay. So for argument's sakes, on the right-hand side there would be a purple light source that was shining on it and making it affecting the translucent ghost effect. I've said they pulled it off very well. And then also, I think if I look at the left-hand side, he is trying to have the leg show through. And I think that to actually have this night dress or gown or whatever he's wearing,
Mm-hmm.
to actually pull that off, I think that would like just add to that to show this is actually a translucent entity.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's my 5 cents.
Okay. And you, Warhammer Dad?
Probably the only real thing I guess I've picked up is there's like a texture to the paint. Like it looks, I don't know how to describe it. Like the model isn't
Looks a bit
painted
grainy.
smoothly. Yeah, that's the word. I was like, it looks furry. It's like, no, that's not the word I want to use. No, grainy. So I'm not sure if that's a style or like airbrushes are notorious. If he's used
Yeah,
an
yeah.
airbrush, I've
Yes, I did.
well and truly had to redo models because of that. The graininess, but that would probably be my only real gripe with it. I think it's fine. Some of the highlights, especially with that image there where like it's almost a white streak. I think I don't know if you could dull it down or something. It's quite prominent, especially on the face. It kind of, yeah, it's hard to read the face
Okay.
because you've got like these big white marks around like the eyes and mouth. But that, once again, that could be the style he's going for, where purple light on one side, green light on the other.
Yep,
Don't
that
know.
Yes,
is,
I
I
did. Yes.
believe, the style he's going for. So, the only thing I'll say is I would agree with you that the streaks are a bit too strong. And right here, see that black mark there, which I'm almost certain was brought about by a wash. That
It's not.
that unfortunately, it can't be unseen. It's just very big and there, and I think the
Oh, yeah. I thought that the black was important actually. You don't think so? Because most of um the minis that I saw that are painted like this style, with two colors with two strong source of light like this, they they tend to have sometimes not black but really dark um shadow in between the two colors. They don't really merge. I always seen that though. Um, but yeah, I understand what you're talking about. No? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I always thought that that's what you're supposed to do.
you did go a bit too high on this side here. Not as much up on the face. I disagree with Warhammer Dad. I think like that looks very stylistic, but I think here it's just a bit much.
A bit much,
A bit
okay.
much.
Yeah.
That's me
It's
though.
very prominent.
Yeah, a bit too prominent. Yes. So we will move on from that
All
one.
right. Thank
So
you.
see if there was anything.
Yeah. So I painted one more um couple of days ago. So we'll see what their comments are again. This Friday, I might paint another one. Um, I'm not sure yet, but I do have one in waiting. Another mini from the Staff Fables game. Yeah. Let's see if I have the mood to paint him now. Okay. Let's see if I'll do another reaction thing this Friday. I've been wanting to do this. I think it's good for me too. I think I'll be able to better remember the feedback they give me. All right, thanks.